All right, we're going to dive into the dark corners of open source software. Where a single line of code can become a backdoor into your entire digital world. Today, we're dissecting a seriously nasty piece of malware that shows just how sophisticated these attacks have become.
I mean, just think about that for a second. If you're a developer, you do this dozens of times a day. It is pure muscle memory. But what if that simple trusted command was secretly a trigger? A trigger that unleashes a Trojan specifically designed to steal everything you have.
So, meet our villain. This is a malicious package that was hiding out on the NPM registry, masquerading as some kind of helpful tool. It hid in plain sight, using a really clever name to seem legitimate, just waiting for an unsuspecting developer to invite it in. So how did this whole attack get started? Well, it began right in the heart of the open source world. The attackers disguised their malware as an installer for a legitimate-sounding AI tool called OpenClaw, and then they uploaded it to the official NPM registry. Yep, the very place developers are taught to trust.
And listen, this wasn't just some theoretical experiment. This package was downloaded 178 times. That's 178 developers who, with just one command, unknowingly installed a sophisticated spyware tool directly onto their machines.
And here's how they did it. They used a clever feature called a post-install hook. You can think of it as the perfect digital tripwire. The second that installation finishes, snap. The trap is sprung, and the malware's code just starts running automatically in the background, completely hidden from the user.
But, the technical trick was only half the battle. The real genius of this attack was its social engineering. The way it masterfully tricked the user into basically handing over the keys to their own kingdom.
The scariest part is just how seamless this whole thing looks to the victim. First, you run the install. Immediately, this beautifully crafted, animated installer appears right there on your screen. It looks completely legit. Then, a familiar box pops up, that iCloud keychain prompt, asking for your system password. How many times have you typed that in without a second thought? And just like that, boom, you've given the malware everything it needs to download its real payload. And get this, if for some reason the malware can't access certain files, it doesn't just give up. Oh no, it launches a new dialog box, an Apple script prompt that patiently gives you step-by-step instructions on how to grant it full disk access in your system settings. It actually helps you compromise your own machine. The audacity is just staggering.
So, with full access granted, the malware, which actually calls itself GhostLoader, begins its real mission: to conduct the ultimate data heist, grabbing every single valuable piece of information it can possibly find. And believe me, the scope of what it steals is absolutely breathtaking.
First, it goes straight for your personal life. It rips out your entire keychain, stealing every password you've ever saved. It goes after all your browser data, your crypto wallets, and even your private iMessage conversations. Nothing is off limits. It's a total, complete violation of your digital privacy.
But it doesn't stop there. It then pivots to your professional life, just vacuuming up every key and credential it can find. We're talking SSH keys, cloud platform credentials, GitHub tokens. For any developer, this is a career-ending catastrophe.
Once it's collected everything, it's all bundled up and shipped out. The malware uses multiple channels like Telegram and the file-sharing site gofile.io to send your entire digital life straight to the attacker's command and control server. The heist is complete, but the attack, it is far from over.
Because this malware isn't just a smash-and-grab thief. No, it's a persistent ghost in the machine. After stealing all your data, it installs a Remote Access Trojan, or a RAT, giving the attackers a permanent backdoor right into your system.
This level of control is just terrifying. A remote shell lets them do anything they want on your computer. They monitor your clipboard constantly, just waiting for you to copy a private key. They can upload more malware or download any file they want. But probably the most dangerous feature of all is the browser cloning.
So this is why browser cloning is such a game changer. Look, if an attacker just steals your password, you still have defenses, right? Like two-factor authentication. But with a cloned session, they don't even need your password. They are simply hijacking your live authenticated session. That means they bypass 2FA completely, they don't trigger any new login alerts, and changing your password does absolutely nothing. They are, for all intents and purposes, you.
So why is this OpenClaw Trojan such a big deal, such a significant threat? Well, it's not just one thing. It's the combination of multiple sophisticated techniques all rolled into a single devastating package. As security researcher Maytar Palace put it, the attack really stands out for its sheer scope and its sophistication. It's basically a masterclass in modern malware design, blending technical exploits with some pretty devious psychological manipulation.
The OpenClaw Trojan really did create a perfect storm. You had a convincing disguise, some clever social engineering, incredibly broad data theft, and a powerful, persistent backdoor, all delivered through a single trusted command, npm install.
And all of this leaves us with a deeply unsettling question. I mean, the entire modern software world is built on a foundation of open source code and shared packages, a foundation built on trust. And when that trust can be weaponized so effectively, it forces us all to ask, who or what can we really truly trust in our development pipeline?